third, this is the third session of the TCM that we organized to share the knowledge about the TCM, how we look after the self, prolong life, and then have a happy and healthy, good quality life as well. And today's subject is talking about the food, and which can improve health and prevent illnesses. As we all know, that when we were still a fetus in our mother's body, we'll be fed from what our mom's eating, and through the fallopian tube, not fallopian tubes, is the umbilical cord, umbilical cord, and into our body. So whatever your parents eat or your mom eat, what you eat. That's make a huge difference to any one of us. That's why we have different races and have different culture and different kind of food as well. Say, for instance, if my mother, she's a Chinese, all her life eating Chinese food, rice, steamed food, and then vegetable, not a lot of deep fried stuff. And when I was in a baby, on a fetus, I'm getting all this nutrient from her. And when I'm actually born, my body tends to have that kind of diet. Likewise, for baby, for a Pakistani lady, eating curries all her life. So when she bear the baby, she eating curries on a daily basis. So that the spice actually go into some sort of nutrient and actually go into the baby. That's why when you a Pakistani baby, when they're actually born, when they're ready to take human milk, they can actually drink a curry soup. But whereas when I was a baby, when you give me some curry, there's no way I can handle that. So we need to understand what the makeup of us, based on your culture, based on your diet, not your own diet, is your ancestors' diet, your mom, your grandmom, and great-grandmom, and that sort of a habit, okay? So we get the nutrient from our mom when we were in fetus. That's what we call a prenatal energy, okay? Prenatal food. And after we were born, outside detached from our mother's body. So in this case, we have the use of the mouth to ingest food and then create what we call is a postnatal energy or postnatal food. So that makes a huge difference. So when the prenatal food actually in the body, it put a footprint, a blueprint, that what type of food will actually make our body is grow according to our race. Okay. So that is its prenatal and postnatal. So what your previous generation eats, that you should follow suit. So at the moment, what we have, especially in a very sort of advanced countries such as UK, America, in Japan, Hong Kong, and even in China now, they have all kinds of cuisine available. You ranging from Chinese, Indian, Nepalese, Mexican, Japanese, all kind of food. And we have a mass amount of choices that we can actually, today I can go for a Vietnam noodle soup, and tomorrow I can have a Pakistani Indian food, and then the next day I can have a Japanese food. So in this case, we actually ingesting a different type of a diet into our body. So would the body be able to cope? Is a big question mark. Is a big question mark. So at the end of the day, when you ingest the food, the body has to have that kind of enzyme to actually break it down before you can absorb it. Like the European people, they actually have a lot of dairy product, like cheese and milk and that stuff. And whereas myself, like, Oriental people, we hardly touch any dairy stuff. So when I eat anything dairy, my stomach rumble, and I have what we call is a diarrhea, but it's not really diarrhea. It's just a loose juice. The body cannot digest it, break it down. What it does, it's not being absorbed. Actually, out it goes, like a more liquid type. Yeah, and some people having a like for instance myself, if I have eaten some spicy food like Mexican or Indian food a little bit more, my stools become a little bit hard and burning. You know what I mean? Yeah, at the other end. Why is that? Why is this doesn't happen to people eating curries every day? Because it's genetic makeup of me, based on what my mom ate when I was in the fetus in her. Have I made this point clear? Yeah, has anybody got some disagreement on that? Like I said, I want to make this session like interactive. I just want to give you some, I would like people give me some feedback. Yeah, rather than me just, I just want to hear some voices. Yes, and Cova, please.
I just wonder, like, how long do you think it takes to build up sort of a cultural, ancestral pattern in the body? So you say now, across the world, in lots of countries, you've got access to so many different types of food. So how long will it take for that tolerance and the enzymes or whatever to build up in the next generations to be able to tolerate food?
Okay, now we're talking about evolve. The body will evolve. So in this case, you have to take a long time, a period. A generation might be a couple of generations that actually evolve into to suit a particular diet. Say, for instance, if you're eating curries all your life, but all of a sudden, if you give birth to the baby, then the baby actually been adopted by a Japanese family and took the baby to Japan. It will take a good old maybe 10 years for the baby to get used to the Japanese food. But in time, the guts will get used to it. At the end of the day, the body has to absorb. So in this case, the body will generally evolve to get through that. So in this case, when you actually total out of that culture and put itself into new culture, and then you actually constantly fed or using the same type of diet constantly, then your body will change. However, if you're saying that, okay, I want to have a curry all my life, I want to change into a Japanese food, then you actually change yourself into a Japanese food more or less every day. You can't be just changing Chinese tomorrow, Vietnamese the other day, and Mexican the day after, and things like that, chopping and changing. The body do not know how to cope. Yeah, okay. That's why people have done, oh, I have this, and then have got a bit of diarrhea, that must be food poisoning. They don't understand that the body cannot cope. If the body cannot cope, the clever thing is about the body is they want to get rid of all the things that it doesn't need. So it actually out it goes. Yeah. Okay. So when you have some sort of a food, a little bit of food is sort of a sensitive stomach, then it out in a little bit loose, then you should be feeling lucky rather than holding a grudge that now having some sort of food poisoning. If you actually pass the food out a bit loose, then after that you feel relief, is a good sign. Your body actually eliminate things that your body don't need. Okay, so that's all things that you need to bear in mind that. All right. Okay. Now we're actually going back into the healthy food. I'm talking about the diet. Now you're talking about what type of food, basically the basic condition of the food we consume. Okay. Now human body is 37 degrees, give or take. Yeah. Forget about the decimals. So in this case, the body with all races, unless you are like the extreme race that actually in a very extreme condition, such as living in Siberia, in the North Pole, that all their life actually consume cold food. The body would like food to be at that certain temperature before it can easily to break down the food and to be absorbed. Yeah, okay, put an example. If you feel hungry, if you're drinking a glass of cold water or drink a glass of warm water. You feel more comfortable. Yeah, okay? I don't need any, you tell me. Everybody knows that having a glass of warm water gives you the comfort. Yeah. So in this case, your food basic condition is disregarding what type of food you eat. Basically, is got to be warm. Okay, warm at least 37 degrees. Then the body start actually break it down quickly. If you have anything cold, the first thing is the body will try to warm it up first. The body will try to warm it up, and before you actually being broken down. But you don't, if you do it for a long time, actually consuming food actually too cold, the stomach would only have certain amount of the heat can produce. And then in time, the digestive system will get dampened. It means that it's too cold, don't want to digest. Good thing is the body will eliminate, but most situations, the body cannot eliminate, don't have the power. What it means is it turn into the storage, okay? Yeah, so most people have a little bit, more round the belly condition and have a feel of the belly button. Mostly they're cold. I would say 99% they're cold. All right, okay. So that is that's what I'm come across. And also another thing is raw food. I think it's just a bit trend that people eating raw food. First thing is eating salad. Another thing is eating, is it sashimi? Yeah, like a Japanese trend, they eating raw fish. Okay, raw beef, anything raw. The body again, you need to, first thing is the body actually need to cook it, warm it and cook it. And then we actually will get digested. Unless your body has extreme heat, excess heat in the body, then you can actually afford to warm the food or heat up the food and break it down. If your body is cold, and I can't see what's the reason behind putting more cold things into the body. Okay, we are living in UK, although we have a few days of a cold, hot spell, but most of the time it's cold and damp. And most people have a bowl of salad in the middle of winter. I can't just make out any logic. Why do they have putting a lot of clothing on top of them, big jacket, and they just shoveling, something cold and raw into the body. Okay, I just can't make any sense of it. And people, in the middle of Christmas, having one glass of well, not just one, a lot of icy drinks, and then cold beer, and then just swallow it down. I can't make any sense out of it, really. Okay, so especially with cold drinks. With cold drinks, what is so damaging about cold drink? Anybody can give you some personal opinions. What's so damaging about cold drink?
You get cold and cough. You get cold and cough.
Why is that?
Burping.
You get burping. Why is it? Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good. All good. All good. Yes. Why
you're adding acid into your body. Because
yes. Okay.
Cold drinks are made of acid, which is not good for the gut.
Right. Okay. What about icy cold water? You're not adding acid into the drinks now. Okay. Forget about icy fizzy drinks.
I don't drink iced water. I'd never drink cold water.
Yeah.
As a law. Because I can't drink
okay.
it. It's too cold. It's not good for my throat. It's not good for my body. So I never drink cold water.
Okay, good on you. Good on you. Very good habit. Okay, I think what all these cold drinks and then actually happening, and then it's actually a profit making. When you have a glass of a gin and tonic, they fill a whole glass with ice, and then just gin and tonic. I was oh wow, this is so much drink in there, but mostly just water because the ice. Yeah. Now, what is so damaging about the cold drinks, especially when things that need the cold contract, isn't it? Is it right, everybody? Do you agree? Cold contract, yes? So when you're actually drinking a cold drink into your body, which part of the body get contact with that cold drink first? Apart from the mouth. After the mouth, where is it?
Throat.
The throat.
The throat.
The throat. The esophagus. Esophagus. Okay, now when it's a cold drink, this is the air pipe, okay, the airway, and this is esophagus. They actually next to each other. One is behind the other. Okay, esophagus is right at the back. Okay, that's why you swallow, and this one's closed and you get in there. But however, the cold drink not just affecting esophagus, actually the airway as well. Okay, so we're affecting airway, and then if your airways contract, what does it do? You're gasping for air. Asthma. Okay, asthmatic people, they can't do cold drink at all whatsoever. Okay, now going to esophagus. When the esophagus go past here, and where else it go down to? In here,
Sternum.
into the chest, into
Yep.
the sternum. So which is the most important organs of our body? Well, I'll
Lungs.
say they're all important. Lungs
Lungs and heart.
and heart. Okay, what heart has got 3 main arteries? Yes. Okay. So in this
Yes.
case, when you actually put the cold drinks in there, the artery is contracting. Okay, not just contracting. You know, when you're getting older, what's inside the blood?
Fat.
Fat. If you put a ice cold water on a pot of fat, what does it do? It congealed, solidified. So you're making all the fat sticking onto the vessel's wall. That's where we get a heart attack, angina. Okay, so this is a lot of heart attack condition and heart disease condition in America. American people drink a lot of icy cold drink, bottomless. You go to, you know, yeah, anything that is bottomless, icy cold drink, a lot of ice. Yes, it feels so bad, so bad. And then they're not actually they're not discourage people doing this. Why is that?
Because they
They're
want us
happy
to fall ill and go to the hospital and pay them bills.
Hey, spot on. Spot on. So it's a very, 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 very nasty, very, very bad behavior. Okay, they actually encourage people. All right, okay. So thank you for sharing that with us. Okay. So in this case, it's the condition of the food you eat is got to be warm and cooked and full stop. That's it. Every now and then you have a bit of cold things, it's okay. Your body has got that surplus of energy, but actually constantly every day is got to be a no. All right, okay. But you're thinking about, if you're old enough, you think about 30, 40 years ago, do you ever have a bowl of salad on the table in UK? No. No, I've been living with the English people. They never have a bowl of salad, you know, on the table. They have a cooked vegetable, and salad is a fancy thing. It's not a fancy thing, but in Western Europe, in which country they have the salad? Mostly in Greece, Turkey,
Italy.
Spain, Italy, Spain, yeah, Greece, Cyprus. They're all a hot country. They're all hot country. So in this case, they have a lot of heat from the sun. The body absorbs a lot of heat there. So where does it go? Have a bit of salad, cooling yourself. That's okay. That's good. Yeah. But the thing is, in here, now it's in October, we start running our jacket now. So in this case, why the hell we put a salad in the middle of winter, shovel yourself, you know, with a cold food, wearing a thick jacket? Okay, it doesn't make sense. All right. So this is the food to prevent illnesses and improve health. It's not just what type of food, it's what condition of food you're ingesting. Okay, so it's just something important. All right, okay, so those are the conditions of the food that you need to eat. Okay, we need to go down to the next category now. We're talking about eating food. I can't just get the idea is why we have watermelon all year round in UK. You see what I'm getting at?
A fruit should be eaten in the right season. In this
It's
country, people eat
seasonal.
all the wrong fruit and all the year round.
All year round. Food is available all year round. It's unbelievable. but not just unbelievable. They may make it all year round. Okay, good. They don't want. They want to serve people. They want to have a piece of watermelon in the wintertime, but they don't understand the property of the food. Why watermelons only available in those countries in the summertime? Because watermelon is cooling.
Cooling.
It's cooling. But when you have a bowl of watermelon in this winter time, then what are you going to do?
You'll get more asthma attacks because it increases the water content in your body, plus it's cooling.
It's a cooling. Increase the water content is good, but it's cooling. But the body get cold, too much cold.
Yes.
It actually give you a loose end of the from the other side. You get diarrhea. That's what I'm saying. That some people don't understand. You know, okay, oh, I got a food poisoning from that. They don't know that they probably have some cooling food. A lot of it after they ingest some food from a good restaurant, and they just blame I have food poisoning from there. Okay, chemical reaction. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so we need to understand the property of the food. Yeah, understand where the food is originated from, and what season is should be growing and actually sprouting and ripening as well. Most important, yeah, ripening. This is the key. When you have a banana out there now, I would say all the banana we actually eating is no good. Why? When they actually harvest the banana hasn't got all the nutrient from the plant. It gets harvested when it's green. When you arrive at the destination, they spray a lot of growth chemical on there and try to boost the maturity of the vegetable, of the fruit. Okay, so in this case, when you eat something that is not out of season, and also something not local, that will have some sort of detrimental effect on you. Okay, so to improve your health, you need food that is properly ripened. Then you got the full nutrient. If you grow your own strawberries at home and you pick it when it's grown at home, so much better. I grow my own fruit, well, a certain amount, small amount, in the summertime. It's so beautiful to taste. Yeah, you don't have all the preservative, and most important is preservative. When you actually harvest, when it's not ripe, actually dip into the preservative pool and make it last longer. And when you actually arrive into destination, they spray the growth hormone. Yeah, the chemical in there actually push the growth of the maturity. Okay, so it's seasonal, it's local, if possible. Yeah, if possible. Even our season, so be it. Next season, come around, you have it again. Why you have to have the strawberry right in the middle of winter? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, okay. People have a lot of strawberries and then a mango and berries, a smoothie in the middle of winter. It's cold, out of season food. It's no good. No good. Yeah, okay. So seasonal and local. That is important. Now, next thing I'll talk about, I don't think it's no-brainer. Everybody in here is so health conscious that they know that processed food is no good to you. What type of processed food is that? It doesn't look like a food at all. Okay, it doesn't look like a food at all, or they just use something that reshape like a food. Those are processed food. Okay, so anything that you're not sure, anything that you want to look at it, and you look at the ingredient, what sort of things that they added extra, you actually see it as a piece of ham. Look at the packaging. They got more number of E's than the pork. Then you really want to put it down. Okay, E factors. Now they eat a lot of things, got a lot of E factors. Quite sick. Oh dear me, it's unbelievable, really. Yes, and then you actually look at an apple. I would say the apple we eat is a processed food. Why is it processed food? You look at the apple, I can easily see my spot on my nose from looking at the apple. It's so shiny, like a mirror. Yeah. But if you actually put the apple into hot water for a couple of minutes, and when you actually fish it out, the shyness is so gone, it looks very dull. And the water that you dip the apple in, and when you let it cool down, oh my God, it looks so disgusting. Yeah. So when you eat apple with skins, it's beautiful. Skin is very nutritional, very, very nutritional. But after they put all the chemicals in there, and it's turned into toxic, turned into poisons. So next time you eat apple, for Christ's sake, peel the skin off. Peel the skin off. Okay. After you peel the skin off, you have to give it a bit of wash as well. Do you know why? Because after you're actually holding the apple, your hand has got the body temperature there. It's rather 37 degrees. There's a certain amount of chemical actually on the skin. So in this case, after you peel the apple and you use the hand to actually grab the apple, then it means that you're still eating a certain amount of chemical in your body. All right. So that's no good. Okay. One suggestion, and also the oranges as well. Even though this the fruit that you don't eat the skin, you really need to give it a watch first. Oranges, banana. Yeah, people actually peel the banana. It's so clever to peel the banana, peel the banana, use the hand to peel the banana. They don't eat it like this. They actually use the hand to actually pick it and break it and put it into the mouth. And then, okay, that's very bad. And then people eating lychee. You know, people eat lychee. Yes, you do eat lychee. How do you eat it? You know lychee, what I'm talking about, the lychee, the Chinese fruit.
Yep.
They actually, what did they do? They use the hand to crack it. That's okay. And then pop it into the mouth. But some people actually, so it means that you might as well stuff the whole lychee into the mouth with the shell. Okay. So anything that in that nature, and be careful with the fruit as well. Yeah. Okay. I know at the moment it's a very unavoidable, but I try to minimize it. We try to be clever and minimize it. And even those things is a processed food. So what that is a quite obvious processed food, and don't really touch it. And then ready-made meal. As soon as the meal is made, and then the number of hours is actually still not be eaten, the nutrient actually drops, and also, and the bacteria start growing in there as well. So in this case, for any ready-made meal, the nutrition level is very, very poor. And I feel sorry for those people. It might be financial constraint that they actually look for some ready meal. It's actually on sales. So God knows how long they've been on the shelf. Okay, nutrition level is nothing. It just fill the stomach, feel full, and that's it. They're not actually ingesting good food, absorbing good nutrients into the body. Yeah. Okay, that's a. Now we talk about the processed food, and now we talk about, okay, have I made myself clear, or is this too obvious that we want to go a little bit further?
I think it's a very practical tip. Yeah, very practical tip. That's good. Yes. Thank you
for echoing that. Okay, next things we need to understand. I just talked about the watermelon just now. Okay, so the nature, the property of the watermelon is cooling. Is it right? Yeah. Okay. Then the next thing I'm talking about is the property of the food. You need to understand. So watermelon, water-based, a lot of juice in there, is cooling. What about ginger?
Heaty. Gives heat. Warming.
Yes. Okay. What about chili?
Warming. Hot.
Yes.
Spicy.
It's spicy. It's heat. They just give you warm. They give you the heat. Yes. Okay. So what about the rice?
Cooling, but yeah.
Actually, the rice, if we got cooling, nutritious, actually the property in terms of the temperature property we're talking about there, it's not quite temperature. People get confused on temperature. It's about centigrade or Fahrenheit. But this one, we have a 5 property. We're talking about food is cold, cool, neutral, warm, and heat. Okay, 5 level. of the property. Yeah. So in this case, you want to actually understand the property of the food. What means? Means it's cooling.
Meat is protein.
It's cooling. It's not cold. Yeah. So in this case, we rather than go into 5 level, we're just going to break into 3 level. That's it. Cold and cool, neutral, and warm or hot. Okay. So chili and ginger is on this spectrum. Let me just see. Okay. I'll use this one. It's a little bit red color. This one is a little bit cold color. Okay. Yes. And myself is neutral. All right. So in this case, chili and ginger is this spectrum. And then you're talking about the mint, watermelon, cucumber is this spectrum. And myself, this is neutral, which is rice. Okay. So in this case, you need to understand what is the extreme of the property of the food. All right. Okay. If you don't know it, very good rule of thumb. That use a nose. Give it a sniff. When you sniff it, if you feel, and then you feel the food is refreshing, lifting sensation, that's more or less on cooling side. Okay. But when you smell it, it's quite strong and feel grounding. There tend to be a heat. Okay, but you smell is comfortable, don't lift, don't ground, it's neutral. Okay, is it make you understand now? Yeah, all right, okay, in that case. But however, yeah, well, I like to have some watermelon, but I really want to have a watermelon in the middle of winter. So what do we do? Watermelon, ginger and chili.
Ginger.
Bring them together. Balance it, neutralize it. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So not that you can't have, but I think you just have this one in the wintertime, you're bound to have diarrhea, you get stomachache. Have this in the summertime, then you're bound to have a high fever condition, very, very bad. Itchy eyes, yeah, okay, coughing, and then burning at the other end. All right. But you try to neutralize it. This is what we are using the Chinese medicine, the herb is for. When you got too much of the one extreme condition, we use the other spectrum of the herbs or food, try to neutralize it, bring it into equal. Okay? In Chinese medicine, we are talking about, we're not making a Superman. Improve health, it means that we want to balance your body all the time. When your body is in the balanced state, no illnesses can come near to you at all. All right, you're building your good aura around you, good energy field around you. Illnesses will not be able to penetrate through you. So in Chinese medicine, we all talk about balance, balance, balance. Yeah, have I made myself clear? Yang. Say again, sorry?
Balancing of yin and yang.
You can talk about yin and yang, but if we talk about yin and yang, then we'll have to have a bit understanding, because yin and yang is not actual physical substance that actually people can see. Yep. And then feel and touch, but it's the understanding. It's a phenomenon. We're actually using yin and yang to symbolize things. Yes, okay. So it's good to apply yin and yang in there. If you could got a good grasp of understanding of yin and yang. I do another workshop and lecture about talking about yin and yang, purely talking about yin and yang, 5 elements within 2 hours. Okay, so it's not quite a simple concept to grasp, but you got that idea, you're beautiful. Yeah, okay, you can yin and yang, put yin and yang in, you understand things that is beautiful. Yeah, okay. So if you talk about, if you just apply the yin and yang, which one is yin, which one is yang? Have a guess?
Heat will be yang and cool will be yin.
Spot on.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, spot on. Hey, good. You have the star. Beautiful. Yes, you understand beautifully. Yes, okay. So it's simple as it. And what we do is try to build the yin and yang, balance the yin and yang, yang within yin, yin within yang. Okay, that's why in the morning we want to. I like always have like my a cup of ginger tea, but always put something in there. What I do, I put a little bit honey in there.
Yeah.
Drinking ginger tea is very good for the gut, but drinking too much, you give too much warmth. But actually apply some honey. Honey is actually yin, is cooling.
Cooling.
It's a cooling. So in this case, actually balancing it. Yeah, okay. People have a bit of a constipation. The honey water is fantastic. Okay, warm honey water. That's why when you make the honey water, give you a good tip. What's the temperature of the water you mix with honey water?
37 degrees, not beyond, not very hot.
Yeah, you actually want to just have a bit of lukewarm. That's it, no more than that. Because it's yin nature, it's cooling. If you put too much heat in there, actually change the property of the honey. Okay, so that's no good. Okay, say for instance, if you want to make a minced tea, nowadays people just dip a tea bag into making a minced tea. But traditionally, when we're making a minced tea, we brew the mint tea, we put the mint leaf in the not so hot water, around 80 degrees, and that's it, and drink it. But when you're actually making a ginger tea, we put it in the hot water, enhance the warming effect. Yeah, okay. So when you're making a ginger and honey water, what do? Boiling water, grate the ginger in there, and then just brew it for about 5 minutes, and wait until the water cooling down a little bit, then you put the honey in there. All right, okay? That would be a perfect ginger and honey water. All right, okay? It's a very good drink, everything. Good, okay. Now I talk about the property and also the balance as well. I touch on a bit of balance. So the balance means that, you can have one the other, okay? You know that what is trying to mix with them, okay? It means if something is very lifting, uplifting, refreshing, yeah, and then you can actually add a little bit more descending, grounding, and making it there, and you have yin and yang balance, hot and cold balance in there. All right, okay, that's very good. And also for cooling things, and then extra tips there, when water is quite cooling, yeah? Water tend to be a yin nature. So in this case, anything that grow with a lot of water tend to be cooling, yin based. And things that do not require a lot of sun to grow also is cooling, yin based. An example? Anything that does not require a lot of sun to grow.
Leafy vegetables?
Say again?
Leafy vegetables?
Leafy vegetables, depend what type of leafy vegetables. Okay, so I give you one example.
You'll say mushrooms.
Mushroom, yes, indeed, mushroom, yes. And also a lot of things that with a lot of water contents inside, which is
spinach, all the green leafy vegetables.
Not spinach. There's a lot of water contents in there.
Cucumbers, all the squashes.
Cucumber, good.
All the squashes.
No, squashes hasn't got that much content. You look at cucumber, you chop the cucumber, and you can actually, the water actually dripping out. In the middle is a pure water. But when you actually cut the squash out, something inside is still quite solid. Yeah.
What about tomato? You need a lot of
tomato is a yin base. Yes, that's right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And what else? The Chinese takeaway, they sell a lot.
Pak choy. Is it?
Pak choy is actually yin and yang together. Yes, the white bit and the green bit. Yeah, okay. No, you don't get that from the Chinese. You talk about 20 years ago. We never have pak choy in Chinese takeaway.
Okay.
Bean sprouts, all the
bean sprouts. Yeah, that's right. When you actually squeeze it, water coming out. Yeah, coming out. So just say water. Yeah, and also, and what actually grow along the riverbed? Watercress.
Watercress, yeah.
Watercress. You know watercress, what the people use for in the old day? tuberculosis. It's an extreme lung heat, tuberculosis. So in this case, we got a little bit of coughing and you feel barking cough, have a lot of yellow sputum, have some watercress soup. It's very good. All right, okay. So all that is a good example, having the good food. And also, what else? What else? And Mooli is quite cooling as well. Mooling is quite cooling. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I think I have talked about that. But one thing I just want to wrap up is actually two things. When you actually eat the food, or before you go to eat the food, what you need in your mind. When you go to a market, supermarket, try to avoid, because all the food is mostly processed in a way that with a lot of spray and chemicals, but sometimes it's unavoidable. But be sensible what you're going to buy. But when you go to buy fruit, you got to be looking into 5 colors. Yeah, anybody got any idea what 5 colors we're aiming for?
Purple, red,
Purple, yeah, red,
orange,
Green.
yellow, green,
green, yellow, and
orange,
we got one
White.
missing. White. Good. Okay. Wood. White. So all those 5 colors is actually follow another theory we use in TCM is 5 elements. Okay. Each element is representing color. So we're talking about green color representing the liver. And next one is the red color representing the heart. Orange and yellowish color, that's talking about the root vegetables. That's relating to the earth element, which is the spleen and stomach. And next one would be the white color, is representing the lung. And then the last one is a very dark color, purple, deep purple, and black even color, representing the kidneys. That's right.
Kidney.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What about aubergine?
kidneys
What
again.
aubergine represent kidneys?
Percentage of kidneys and percentage of stomach.
Now, when you actually cut the aubergine up, and what do you see?
White.
Do you see purple inside?
It's white.
It's white.
White.
It's white inside. Yeah. So it's a cooling. It's a cooling food. It's more relating to the lung. Okay. Yes. And black things like black beans, black sesame seed, yeah, black rice, yeah, all that is black. Okay. And the moment you buy sesame seed, they have a more like a brown, not brownish, yellowish color. Yeah. But because the appearance of the black sesame seed doesn't look too appealing. But actually, black sesame seed is the best.
Is better.
Okay, it is the best. One, when you're talking about the calcium, people always sort of promoting drinking more milk, drinking more cheese, and have a good calcium. If you have the same amount of the black sesame seed, you got 6 times of calcium than the milk. All right, okay. So because at the end of the day, they want to push all the milk cells. So in this case, they just want to put that as a statement, but it's not quite true, really. Okay, you might as well get a piece of a bone and then make a bone broth. You get more calcium from that. Put a few drops of the vinegar in there. You get more calcium actually in the soup than you drinking milk. Okay, yeah. So in your diet, it's got to be balanced. Yeah, 3 categories you got to be in there. So protein, fiber, and carbs. You can't miss any of them. You can't miss any of them. You need them. You need them. All right, okay. But in terms of the quantity eating and also the pattern you eat them is important. Okay. Now within our group, I know that we are very young, but our digestive system It's not as what it used to be. Okay. So what we need to think about that. If you don't move our body, if you ingest food, the body will store. Our body tend to store. So in this case, eat the food before you need to consume them. All right, okay? If you don't consume them, don't have too much. Don't have too much. So in this case, in the nighttime, we need to reduce our input. Yeah. Reduce our input. In the morning, good. Why is that? Because the sun's out there. The sun is out, gives us the energy to digest the food. 7 to 9 o'clock is the best time for the stomach to function. Okay, and then at lunchtime you have a bit of a late lunch. Actually, top up a little bit. And evening you don't really feel hungry. You feel a bit peckish. You feel that, oh, I want a piece of slice of toast and cheese on toast and pack of crisps. Okay, that's something. That's something that just fill your desire. It's not the stomach wants it. It's here. It's here and here as well. Yes, right. Yes, and Cooper, you're right. It's here. Look at that. Wow, that's number of a chocolate brownie donut. Wow, this is good. Yes. Wow, it smells good. But the stomach, I don't really fancy that. But no, I need to satisfy this. I need to satisfy that. So you're shuffling yourself. And at the end of the day, the stomach suffers. Okay, in the nighttime, everybody, the whole organs, the whole body, the organs need to rest. But most of the time, most of the people don't let it rest. Which organ is it? The stomach. Your body is resting. The stomach is like a washing machine, still dum 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 dum. So you don't have a good night's sleep. Your body is waking up every now and then, and wake up and then go to sleep again. So you can't get a good night's sleep. Yeah. Okay. So trying to reduce the as long as something warm and a little bit savory. Okay. In the stomach, maybe some sweet, okay, but sweet actually is quite addicting. You have something sweet, you want more into your stomach. You have a little bit savory, and as long as it's warm and a little bit, warmer than warm, then your body will be able to feel that because the liquid straight through into your stomach and feel the weight, and it's like, okay, that's fine. It's okay, we don't need it. Yeah, okay. So think of that, yeah, in the nighttime, and then after a certain time of the training, your body, and you feel so good. You feel so good in the morning. You feel that you really want to ingest something in your stomach. And you feel so light in the morning after you dedicate and clean the system. And you feel that, wow, my body, my stomach is actually much more looser in there. Can actually ready to take on food. Okay? So I think I am very specific at what type of food to improve your health and what type of food they prevent the illnesses. Because everybody within this group will have a different background, different upbringing. So in this case, your type of food is what your grandma, granddad eats. Okay? It's not what's available outside in the supermarket or takeaway or restaurants. Yeah, okay? So this is the way to prevent illnesses increase. At the end of the day, we want to ingest the food. You know that the food actually give you the nutrient and create your improve your immune system. If you improve your immune system, the illnesses will not be actually getting to you. Okay, so this is the very one simple answer. Have I made it so fluffy? Nothing specific. Have I answered your questions? Or have I given you enough food for thoughts?
Enough thinking, enough to think about.
Thank you. Yes, okay. I think when you look back, what Sam is talking about, it's all common sense. My mom has been telling me all that last 30 years when I was young. Just repeat what my mom said. Yes, this is the thing that we actually forget the facts. Actually, because at the moment, we actually highly influence what is from the social media, the visual, hearing from all the outside world, was that people, oh, wow, that is a must eat food or must go restaurant and try that and 3-star Michelin and all that stuff. God, man. That's bad. If you've been to catering trade, you know what sort of quality food you're eating, honestly. Yeah.
So,
okay.
Sam, tell us, what's your typical day, working day, I meant, in your life, for example? morning,
What eat?
what time? Yeah, you just to give us
Okay,
an
now-
example when you get
Right.
up.
Okay. I'll
you
give you
know.
an example. First thing, when I
Mm.
get up in the morning, now I've been a bit naughty. I have to confess. Yes, last night I've been out with friends, had a bit of Turkish food. Okay, in that case, over in just a little bit. So in this case, and then it's right about 7 o'clock time, and I felt full. I felt full.
Yeah.
Last night I didn't sleep good. Last night I didn't sleep good. I regretted that. So this morning I didn't have my breakfast. I wanted to have my system clear. By around about 2 o'clock time, have a bowl of congee, maybe so inside of bed, and that's it. And that's it for my day, because I actually taken my quota. But for general day, I wake up in the morning, clean my system, then I have 2 slices of bread or some porridge and some eggs as well. Okay, sometimes depends what sort of how I fancy it. And then round about keep drinking hot water, and then round about 2 o'clock time, this is my clinic break, and I have a bowl of rice, maybe 2 bowl of rice, maybe 1.5, depends how busy that morning. If it's very busy, and I know that I'm going to work, especially for tonight or tomorrow night, I need to work a little bit late, I have 2 bowls of rice. But I know that it's not going to be busy, 1 bowl or 1.5 bowl, and that's it, top. Yeah. And then in the evening, when I go home, have my hot water again, and I feel a little bit pancakes. I have my I fancy my egg custard tart. Okay, just a piece of egg custard tart warmed up from the fridge, put into the toaster and warmed it up. And might be some Chinese soup, and that's it for tonight. I go home, have my Chinese chicken fish soup and a bit of a Chinese vegetables, and that's it. Yeah, this is my day, and that's it really. So you should be feeling right about 60% full, and you should feel hunger at some point in time, as long as you have the regular pattern to tell your stomach that what time I'm eating my food. Then the stomach will gracefully have a bit of hunger, tell you, okay, you need some food now, but don't overly starve yourself. Yeah, but nowadays people skip the breakfast, tiny lunch, and at nighttime shoveling yourself, like a Peking duck, and then just feel full and sitting in front of the television, and that's just no good. And that's why we got the wealthy society, the illnesses was that high cholesterol, blood pressure, and diabetes. Okay, and then the government is not doing anything because they're doing really good, getting a tax revenue from the pharmaceutical company, selling all the drugs, pushing the drugs out. I just treated my patient, for Christ's sake. I'm really angry with the doctor. She went to the doctor twice, and then she got deemed to be an ear infection, and then she got a dose of antibiotics by the doctor. And when I looked at her, I said, you know that you got spots in your ears, and then they tell you there's an infection, and that you take antibiotics. What I did to her, I just popped the spots and pushed the pus out. It's so much better. Oh my God. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Okay, I think I've said a lot now. So I think it's your time to speak, please. I need to